or reports? Nothing? Okay, we'll move on to public comment. This public comment is reserved for agenda items only. And I ask anyone who has a comment to share with the town board that you step up, state your name and address, address the entire town board, and you have 3 minutes to do so. If anyone has any comments on the agenda, now's the time. Okay. Well, if no one has public comment, we'll move on to minutes. Do I hear a motion that meeting minutes from July 12th be accepted, July 12th, 2011 be accepted as amended? Resolution number 11-93 should total $27,352.42, not $27,342.92.
So moved. Second.
Seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 ayes, motion carries. On a note, meeting minutes from special meetings held July 5th and July 9th were accepted at the July 12th, 2011 meeting. We'll move on to old business. Town Hall, Trooper Barracks, George, you have the floor. And water, I mean, let's get it all right. Sure, why have you stand up again?
Town Hall, we're getting some estimates for shades in the back for make sure nobody can shoot through the windows or see somebody in here. Because our insurance company and court administration says can't look in and see anybody. We got 3 bids for the Trooper Barracks next door for the bathrooms. We have those.
Is there significant differences in what they're proposing? I saw the bids. I didn't get a chance to go through them in very detail, but I noticed that.
You know, basically, everybody's bidding on the same thing. We went through and talked about it. One bid is for $13,850. The other one's for $16,790. And the third one is $11,660. They're all doing the same thing, except the one on the bid for $11,660, he did not include the power flush toilet on this end for the BCI bathroom, which putting a new toilet in and the power flush is a difference of $150 to $200. I kind of recommend this one, but I would also suggest that some of these bids have already been out for about 6 weeks. What the prices are on tiles and bathroom fixtures and that, they might have changed a little bit. If you award a bid to this guy, you know, maybe to increase it by $1,000 so it doesn't go over that, but it should stay under.
So we have $15,000 budgeted for this year to do these repairs, right?
Right. Let's say the one for $11,660, if we made it $12,500 or something, not to top out at that, we should be able to, you know, change out that one bathroom or the one toilet, and then end up.
What is it exactly we're doing over there, Terry?
We have to replace all the floors, toilets, sinks, the lights and fans in the ceilings, paint the ceilings, paint the walls, replace the trim around on the bathroom floors. There's 4 of them.
And the one that needs that power flush is?
The BCI one on this end, which has got to push it all the way to the other end of the building.
It's only $150 more, so.
That's what I'm saying, just, you know, they're like $300 brand new, and he's putting the new toilet in and difference of that. So, but I'm saying, because it took us 6 weeks to get all these bids in by the time everybody finally got done doing that. This guy's had his bids, prices in since 1st of July. So a little over 6 weeks, and you know what the prices do on fixtures and that, they might go up a couple $100, but that's it on those. Water department, we had several little small leaks, minor leaks. Had a leaking saddle tee on Rooter Drive, three leaking valves we fixed, 2 curb stops on Darrell Road.
The hottest week of the year.
Hottest week of the year. Communications have basically failed on the system the last 6 weeks. We're running basically manually 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And communications has been an issue for a long time.
Communications has been an issue since the system went online.
Right.
Because of where it is, the terrain, topography around here, the well house sitting in. I mean, we talked about going to the tower out here, but it hits a hill and it bounces it off and finally comes back to Route 7 at some point. But you can put a 100-foot tower in the back of the well house. Mike Hayden had said we could put a tower on top of his, when he owned the property, across the creek, but there is no access to it. You know, we'd need a couple easements through a couple of people up the Route 7 a ways to get there and put a road in, plow it all winter long. So we've been talking about this for a couple of years. And the main guy at Wells, he had a heart attack and then he had another surgery a year later. So this has kind of got dropped off. But we're replacing the radio in the well house and the radio at Reuter Drive with 25-watt radios, which requires FCC licensing, which Wells Communications is in the process of doing. Right now we're at 2 watts, and we kind of got them boosted up to 3.5. So hopefully this will solve 99% of the communication problems. My worst nightmare is that sometime at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, the communications are going to fail. Reuter Drive is going to go into a static level for the next 10 hours, and a valve is going to let some go someplace, and the entire tank is going to empty out in 3 hours. And I'm never going to know it until somebody calls me up and tells me they're out of water.
Right. Or Doug's underwater at his house. Right.
Lou's daughter was getting flooded out a couple years ago before she moved in. You know, we dumped 200,000 gallons of water in 3 hours through there.
Right.
So, yes, that's about it.
Thank you, George. Anyway, Nick is not with us tonight, and Darla's not with us tonight. Dan, what's going on, Dan, in code enforcement and the building department?
Well, y'all can see the report you get monthly from me. Permits are down this year compared to 2010. So far this year we've issued 25. Last year at this time it was 35. There's a couple reasons for it. One is the economy. People just aren't doing anything, spending money. And the other reason is people aren't getting permits. Even though I spoke about the last meeting about the article I was in Gazette about pools, I had 3 issues in the past week and a half that I had to go to people that put pools in, didn't get permits. So they're not adhering to the state law or the town law. And it's only for the safety of, you know, the residents, their neighbors, and so on. Complaints are way up this year compared to last year, and those are both code enforcement, building, and town law complaints. Last year we did 8 at this time of year. I've already had 18, and there's still, numbers are growing. So with the permits down, valuations of the town projects are down, so your assessment rolls won't go up as much. Valuation this year so far is only $330,000 versus almost $600,000 last year in building valuations. Permit fees are down because permits are down. There are some talks of some work coming to town, but nothing that we can talk about. We'll just go from there. All right?
Dan, when you say that the people don't get permits for their pools, when a pool contractor comes in, doesn't he have to come on and get a permit?
Ultimate responsibility is the homeowner. Pool contractor can, its ultimate responsibility is the homeowner, not the pool contractor.
So that's how they get around it by...
Well, they say, oh, the homeowner's supposed to get it. A lot of the two of the 3 pools I went to were the retail ones where you go to Walmart, and the thing out of their mouth was, even a Walmart pool needs a permit. Well, it has to meet the barrier, has to meet the pool alarm, and the ladder has to be out. Those soft-sided pools are the worst because they don't support themselves and they're the most dangerous.
Go for an in-ground pool.
In-ground pool, it's up to the homeowner. I don't violate the contractor. If I have to send a violation letter out, which I will follow up with, I first make an attempt, I go see the people, say you're in violation of the town, you know, my office hours are this, come and get a permit. If I don't hear from them within a reasonable amount of time, a week or two, I send a certified violation letter out. And then they're in violation of the town law. Then there's penalty phases, right in our town law. So we have to follow, we accepted in 1986 to take on the New York State fire and building codes, so we have to enforce them. We have them in our town law. So if I know there's a violation, I can't look the other way. So, and ultimately, it's the homeowner's responsibility. Okay?
Thank you, Dan. We'll move on to new business. General fund claims. Do I hear a motion that the town board approves claim number 168 to claim number 194 in the amount of $34,117.76?
So moved.
Motion for it. Second?
One second.
Aye. All in favor? Aye. Doug? No. Aye, ayes, motion carries. Water fund claims. Do I hear a motion that the town board approve claim number 72 to claim number 86 in the amount of $4,192.64?
Motion.
Todd, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 5 ayes, motion carries. Transfer of highway funds. Do I hear a motion that the town board approves the transfer of $2,500 from 99019.1 interfund transfer of highway fund to 5031.3 interfund transfer highway? Doug makes a motion, second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 5 ayes, motion carries. Highway fund claim. Do I hear a motion that the town board approves voucher number 4 in the amount of $2,500 for payment to Schenectady County Highway Department for crack seal of Willow Run?
That's incorrect.
It should be
Gorman
Gorman,
Brothers.
sorry, with the correction of Gorman Brothers substituting Schenectady County Highway Department.
So second.
Seconds, Doug. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 ayes, motion carries. Town board meeting video approval from 7/12/2011. Do I hear a motion that the town board approve the video audio tape recording of the July 12, 2011 town board meeting?
Who watched it?
I watched it. Anyone else watch it?
I watched it.
Do I hear a motion to
So
approve
moved.
it?
I'll second.
Todd, all in favor?
Aye.
Request for study of vehicle speed on Darrell Road. A resident, Lou brought up last month or the month before that a resident had expressed concern over high speed on Darrell Road. I spoke to that resident as well. I sent a letter out last week, you saw in correspondence, to the county. The county then sent a letter back that we have to pass a resolution requesting a study by New York State DOT for the purpose of speed reduction. So, do I hear a motion that the town board requests a study by New York State DOT for the purpose of speed reduction on Darrell Road?
So moved.
Bob.
Second.
Lou seconds. All in favor?
Can I ask a question?
Yes? Would you like to ask a question?
So we're just looking for them to do what?
Do a study to determine whether it's warranted to lower the speed limit on Darrell Road.
Okay, so but the issue isn't that the limit's not the issue, is it? It's the fact that people are just not paying attention to the limit.
Well, they're exceeding the limit. That's why also in the letter I CC'd the state police. All in favor?
Aye.
Lou?
Aye.
5 ayes, motion carries. Upgrade of 4 bathrooms at Trooper Barracks for the lease contract. Do you guys have any comments to share, or do you want to discuss the 3 quotes? Did you all see the 3 quotes?
Yes.
Okay, the lowest quote came from Berschwinger Brothers. Is that
Who's the contractor?
Berschwinger Brothers? Out of Roysville? He was the lowest quote, so is everybody okay to go with the Berschwinger Brothers?
I am.
You're okay with it?
Yep.
Bob?
Fine.
Lou?
I've never heard of them, but they're the lowest quote.
What about it?
Yep, very comfortable with it.
So do I hear a motion that the town board hires Berschwinger Brothers contractor, building contractors, should we do it at an amount not to exceed 12.5? Or even,
Did we get anything on them as to what kind of work that they do, or if they ever done any work for the town before? Any references of any type?
what?
Was that the same family?
No, Bob Berschwinger was the maintenance man here who used to do work. This is his brother Dave.
So that we know their work then. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
references from them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And actually, Dan Marciniak has seen Dave Berschwinger's work as well. Quality guy.
And, I mean, he met the code, met the, you know, the work was, you know, good.
Well, I'm just questioning, we don't have any references from somebody, we're just pulling the lowest quote and we don't know what kind of work
Right.
they do. I don't believe in personally, so.
Okay. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
And we've known them for years.
You
He's
know
done a
them?
lot of work for our company, and he's really good. So I can only say what he's done for us.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we should approve this for an amount not to exceed 12,500. Is that good, George? That will cover if there's a difference in the